I think I would say that I enjoy slice of life anime. Now, calling it my favorite genre would definitely be classified as a lie, but I was on the K-On! Hype train, loved me some Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and of course recently watched Non Non Bureau for the first time, which I promptly worshipped on Twitter. So slice of life isn't exactly a genre that I avoid, but at the same time, I rarely go out specifically looking for more slice of life shows. Yet this season did have one notable anime that caught my eye, and sure enough, it ended up being probably one of the most unique slice of life anime I've seen, and honestly, that's saying quite a bit. I mean, out of all the genres that definitely seem to be stuck in the same repeated, overused tropes, slice of life really is one of the most innovative genres out there. But I think I'm getting a bit off topic, so let's talk about My Roommate is a Cat. My Roommate is a Cat is an anime that follows Subaru, a talented writer who's cut himself off from the rest of the world after his parents' untimely death. One day, while visiting his family grave, a cat shows up and he decides to take her in. But what makes this show so unique is how each episode is told. The first part of the episode is told through Subaru's perspective. But after that, the show switches to Haru's perspective, in other words his cat's, and goes through the show again. These two are both the main characters of the show, and they slowly learn to grow from each other, learning different lessons from the same event, making the episodes much more enjoyable despite the fact that you are watching these same actions play out twice in a row. As a matter of fact, a lot of the time I find myself looking forward to rewatching the episode through Haru's perspective just to see how insane the two of them think the other one is. I do want to say that the show isn't supernatural or anything like that. Haru is literally just a cat, and the show actually plays very well to it. They do a pretty good job at matching her intelligence to that of a cat, often thinking she understands what specific words mean despite being incredibly wrong. At the end of the day though, the show is, at heart, a bit of a tragedy. Both Subaru and Haru have been through a lot, so both of them are pretty damaged on the inside. Subaru lost both of his parents when they went on a trip together, and Haru lost one of her siblings and was raised as a stray. So the anime follows the two of them as they learn to cope with their ever-changing life. Subaru begins forcing himself to be more social. After all, he is a fairly popular writer and must be willing to leave his home and go to meet and greets and so on. Yet at first, he even struggles to make basic conversation and eat properly. So Haru, in a way, helps him with that. Since he has to feed Haru, he often remembers to feed himself. He's often forced to develop better social skills too, as more of his friends discover that he has a cat and want to spend more time over to play with it, getting finally to the point where he's even willing to travel to another city to search for inspiration on his new book. Haru also grows from being around Subaru. Originally a stray with the added burden of taking care of her siblings, she must learn that she can rely on Subaru. Haru slowly learns that most humans are trustworthy and will take care of her, despite her never quite understanding what Subaru is thinking. You can't help but love and root for both of these characters, especially for me, Subaru. He's such a flawed individual, yet you can tell he cares so much for Haru. The show is extremely sweethearted, and the unique storytelling perspective makes you empathize with both of the characters. On top of that, you have these tragic backstories of both characters that resonate throughout the entire anime, giving it this bittersweet tone that I just adore. Their development over each episode seems like these baby steps towards making themselves better people, which, to be honest with you guys, is why I like my slice of life with a dash of tragedy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm actually extremely happy that I had enough time in my schedule to fit in a video about this show. If you're a lover of slice of life anime, I could not recommend this show enough. It's definitely the sleeper hit of the season. Either way, a huge thank you to my patrons. You guys are my heroes. Speaking of which, if you want to see how I edit, join our exclusive Discord, or simply support the channel, feel free to join me on Patreon. Make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys stay man, and go watch that goddamned anime.